Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So this is part 4 of my visit to Riverside Antique Centre in Sawbridgeworth. It is actually the final part. There was more video than I thought there was, so it's the final part. And yeah, so what do I have? What is my summary of Riverside Antiques? So, if you go to Sawbridgeworth, because there's 4 antique centres, okay, make sure you go to the 4th one, because there's like 3 that are close to each other, and then you have to go to the end of the road to get to the Riverside Antique Centre, because the others are all station side, and then there's like Riverside of the Maltings. So, because bargains. There's lots of bargains and there's lots of good stuff as well. It's a real mix and it's on multi-floors, and yeah, you're missing if you go there and you don't go to that one. So yeah, there are plenty of others, but I think probably it's a good, I would say it's almost 50% of all the antique centre. If you add it, it was all one building, I think this is the biggest one. So go there. Anyway, so with that said, let's get on and have a look at a few bargains and a couple that are probably okay prices. But anyway, let's get on and have a look. A whole bunch of jelly glasses here. They look early 19th. This one actually looks a bit earlier, maybe. Not sure. But yeah, how much is that? £9? They're all £9, I think. But this, if I was a jelly glass collector, and I'm not really, but look at this one. So, never seen one like that before. That is super quality. I suspect this is like about 1850. It's too heavy to be earlier. It looks like the bludgeon decanters that came in after 1845. It's that kind of style to it. So yeah, I've never seen that. Kind of like heavy Gothic. And there's 5. So yeah, they're a good thing. So this is my own website, and I'm going to show you the jelly glasses I have. This is not all of them, but it's quite a lot of them. And I've got none that are like that. And I really wanted to buy them, but there was 4. I think there were 4 or 5. And I didn't feel like I could separate out one from the others, because, you know, that's a set that's been around for over 150 years. Anyway, so I thought I'd show you just to give you an idea of what the basic shape is like. And you can see they all have this long trumpet shape. You know, there's even one with a there's a short one. They do short ones, so you need to look out for those. If you see something like this, it's got a handle on it. It's a custard glass, but without it, it's still a jelly. And then they do them with stems as well, but never seen one like that. Really did want to buy it, but I'd already bought a decanter from that section, so I didn't feel like I could splash out more there. Also, this bit is a very nice decanter. It looks to be sort of like probably 1820s or 30s. Someone's cleaned it, I think. It's got plenty of wear on the base, but the inside is looking very clean. So it has been in someone's collection. It's £38. Yeah, that is a nice Regency decanter, that one. They've got Georgian, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still a nice decanter. So, I'm looking at that decanter in the harsh daylight here at home, and pausing and looking, and I'm thinking it's a copy. So I have a couple of examples I'm going to show you. I can't find an exact match for it, but I found a couple of similar ones. The first one is this one, where this frieze here, so you've got some panels cut top and the bottom. They're not squared off like they were here, but it has them. And then you've got this diamond here with stars in the partitions and within the diamonds, and then you've got like a fan cut here. Now, the only difference between that frieze and this frieze here is that this one is split into 4,
and the one on that decanter was split into 9. Okay, so not quite the same, but very similar in layout and form. And the other one I'm looking at, you can't see it quite so well, is this one here, which is a Hill Houston one. And you can see here it's got the same diamond shape here, but I think this is split into 12, so it's more divided up, but it does look like it's got little stars or something in the middle of it. And again, you've got the panels cut top and bottom. It's only got 2 rings, but yeah, I'm thinking it is. Now, one of the things about the Hill Houston ones is that they only do generic stoppers with these radially cut stoppers. They're all fairly, the ones that are the reproduction ones are all got this standard stopper. Maybe that one doesn't, but in general, like this radially cut stopper, which is like a very standard for the period. But the Edinburgh and Leith ones, so these ones, not all of them do. So this one has a stopper that matches the body. This one does as well. And then let me see, this one has one that matches the body as well. And there's more. This one here, if I scroll up, I think I have to scroll away for a bit now. Yeah, this one here, you can see this stopper matches the body. This one does as well. I think there's more, not quite so much. But anyway, you get the idea. For the Edinburgh and Leith ones, less of the stoppers are generic, the more individually cut to match the stopper like this one is. If I was to choose, I would go with it being Edinburgh and Leith, but there are other makers out there doing this kind of thing, so I've got no guarantees. But I'm looking at it, as I said, in the harsh light of day and thinking that glass looks a bit too bright. I do remember it being a bit dingier in there, even though on the film it looks bright. I don't think it was in real life, but I think on film it looks brighter than it did in the little area that I was in. So yeah, it's difficult to tell, but I have a feeling the shape is a little bit off, and maybe it is a copy. I'm not 100% certain. Something a bit unusual here. This glass here. Now, the faceted stem looks very, and there's sort of like meander, exo meander, looks very kind of like 1785, but that foot, yeah, it's got like a firing glass foot. Look how thick that is. Is that right? Or is it? They've got 95 pounds on it though, so it's staying where it is. It asks a lot of questions, and I have no answers because I've never seen that before. We're looking at the Scottish Antiques website, and yeah, so they have a glass that's pretty much the same, I think. And yeah, it's got the same meander, this XO meander here. He's calling it OXO. Yeah, so anyway, swags, he's called it. Swags to me kind of like dip, and a meander goes up and down in a like a smooth wave, top and bottom. There's no peaks on it. Anyway, he doesn't say it's got a firing foot. Some of the other glasses he's got on here with thicker foots, facet stem ones, he's calling them firing foot, but he's not saying on this one. And also, he's dating this one to 1800, and that doesn't seem right either. Just to double check that my brain was working right, I went through all of LM Bickerton, and all of the facet stems of this kind of facet stem, you know, this is a hexagonal facet stem, and all the diamond facet stems, they're all 1785 or 1790. So I don't know why he's got 1800 on it. It seems a bit late. But anyway, the thing is, the one in the antique centre was, I think it was £95, and this one is £190. Yeah, so if my problem with that one was that it was in a cabinet. Never seen it before. It would have taken time to do what I would call a scratch and sniff test, to have a really good look at it, get it out, turn it upside down, look at the wear on the bowl very carefully to see, did it look like it's over 200 years old? Looking into a brightly lit cabinet like that, you can't tell really. So he's saying this type is right, period. Anyway, even though he's saying it's about 15 years later than I thought. So I think I'll go with that. And that means £95 is super cheap. Super cheap. I spotted this vase here. It looks like something Helena Tynan would do for Rihimaki. I don't know. It's very cool, but it is £45. If it was like 15, I might take a punt. But yeah, I don't know. I will try and find it. So I've done quite a bit of searching for this vase, and no, I've not been able to find it. So you've got stuff like this, which is kind of like, yes, it's a different shape and everything, but the look and feel of it. You've got these. You can see where I'm going, can't you? This one here, this is another different one. This one's a bit textured. This is very different, but color-wise, that looks exactly the same. There was this one as well. So you can see where I'm coming from. And also, if you look at this is quite nicely photographed. If you look at the top here, you can see how it's cut the same way as the one in the antique centre was. So yeah, maybe. So I'm struggling a bit. I did go into 20th century glass, and they've got this one here, and you can see color wise this is very similar as well to what we were looking at, which is one of the things, because I have seen this color before on Helena Tynan vases, but yeah, it's not the same. And you've got a nice picture of the cut top here. Let me show you. Oh, what happened? We'll just go here. Look, you can see it here. So it's made the same way. Is it? Isn't it? It does say 1970s here, which would be the right period for that kind of thing. Yeah, very difficult to be certain. The price on it was £45 though, which is what kept me away, because I've been on eBay and they're kind of the ones that are up for sale, sort of like about £80, and but I don't know if they're getting £80, and I don't know if you'd get £80 for that particular one, because they've got other ones, but not that particular one. Yeah, so for £45, if it was like a tenner or something, I'd have gone, yeah, I'll take the risk. But no, not for £45. There's a whole bunch of decanters here, and because I'm an old fogey and I'm drawn to old fogey glass, this one pops out to me. So it looks very 1820s. It's £12. The stopper obviously is not right. I think that's an Empoli stopper because it's got a little plastic widget. That's quite nice. It's a full-size decanter. I mean, there's this one here, but that's only a little one-pinter. Just spotted this giant press glass fruit bowl. I think this is Libovic or Ross Ice. The usual suspects for this kind of thing. I've not seen it before, but we'll try and find it in the catalogues. It's a massive piece of pressed glass. We are here looking at the Libovic catalogue. It says pre-1958, but these will be pre-war patterns, I suspect. But here is the giant bowl that I was looking at. And sometimes I'm surprised by my own genius, and then I think it through and think, yeah, I've looked at this catalogue at least 20 or 30 times, and although I'm skimming through it looking for things, it must register somewhere in the back of my head. So yeah, that's why I was saying that, even though I've never seen that bowl before, if you look at these things often enough and you're just skimming through things all the time, they start to register and you get a feel for who the designer is of various things. Let's put this in here. It's I think this is Sowerby. It's a pressed glass decanter from about 1880s. It's nice that it's a full size one, and it's got the original stopper, which you don't always see. In fact, you rarely see. It's got this like herringbone pattern on it. Can you see? I'm not going to reach in there because that is quite far from standing. We're looking at a page from the book The Decanter, Ancient to Modern by Andy McConnell. And yeah, this is the molded pattern that we were looking at. Now, this decanter has got a slightly different shaped stopper. But the overall shape of the decanter is a bit dumpier than the one we were looking at. The one we were looking at, the whole decanter was taller, slimmer, and the stopper was taller and slimmer in a different shape. Now, I think that stopper's right because I've seen that stopper on that decanter before. Not that precise one, but you know what I mean. I've seen that patterned decanter before with that shape stopper, so I'm pretty certain that's right. And he's got 1880 on here, and I'm looking at the stopper on his, and I'm thinking it might be a bit earlier because I went off and looked up something else. If I can get my page to shrink a bit. Let me see. There we go. Nope, it's not going to do it. Go over here. There we go. And this is the stopper. This one here. And this is the Sowerby catalogue for 1874, which is 6 years earlier. And even just, if you're just casually talking about stuff, it's easier to say something's 150 years old than it is to say it's 145 years old. Just sounds like a nice round number. So I think it's closer to this date. And they were still making this type of decanter in 1882, because it is, these types of decanters are in the 1882 catalogue, but it does show that this is the kind of thing they were making in the 1870s. And these stoppers, if that is the right stopper for that decanter, was being made earlier than the date that's in the book. Spotted this banjo vase, and the prices always shock me. So that's Whitefriars. I can get your part name, but banjo is the nickname for this one. Also, oh yeah, look at this, I didn't notice this. Little Empoli Borrolino or something like that, I can't remember. It's got Murano written on it, but it's not, it's Empoli, but that is quite nice. This is the first appearance of the Whitefriars cello vase in the 1967 catalogue. However, it's not in tangerine, the colour that we're looking at there. That doesn't appear until 1969. But I was more, not worried, concerned about the price. $425 seems a lot. So went to eBay. These are the ones that are sold, and the price is a bit toppy, but not ridiculous, because there's one here that's sold for £467.20, and I think it, and there's the cheapest one, which was back in July, for £300.20p. Now I know that things don't sell well during the summer holiday, so yeah, so that it makes sense that These prices are a bit lower. These two are a bit higher, but yeah, it picked up again in September. I also had a look just to see what was for sale today, and I couldn't find any in eBay, and I've just gone into shopping in general and put in Whitefriars Tangerine Cello, and there are none. So if you were desperate to have one, you're going to probably end up paying what you're paying for it, or just watch eBay like a hawk every day until one appears, because they're not that common. So, if you're a person that has to have the thing that you want to have, you're going to end up paying what you're going to have to pay for it. This is the 20th Century Glass website. I completely butchered the name of that Italian Empoli glassmaker. It is actually Vetreria Barberi. I think I'm still butchering it, but at least I'm saying the right words, not Borrolino. I don't know where I got that from. Anyway, this is the kind of thing they do. You can see it has a similar look. And if I go down far enough, you see this jug here. Come on, there we go. So this jug is very similar. The basic shape of this part is the same. It's got a shorter neck, and then it's got this. This is called a cup mouth. If it was a decanter, it would be a cup mouth decanter anyway. The handle's in white on that one. This one's in clear, but it's the same shape. And then if I go back, let me show you something else. Scroll, and we've got this little vase here, and this is the same colorway as the jug we were looking at. And if you were to just squeeze this a little bit, squeeze it here and put a handle on it, it would actually be the same jug, because it does look very similar. Not very practical as a vase, because cleaning into this bit down here is going to be a pain. But anyway, this is what it is. Unfortunately, there's no dates on here. So that's not helpful. But he knows what it is, because he's in amongst all of these ones that he sold. Some of them have got labels on, look like this one here. And so he knows what he's, and this one, and that one, and that one. So he knows what he's selling. And once even if you don't have a catalogue, if you have enough pieces of the label and they kind of like stick to the same, what's the word, signature look, then you get an idea of what you're looking at and going, yeah, and look at this. I mean, so similar in look, these two, even though they're different colours, just the way they are is similar. Anyway, so that's what it is. It's, get that word again, Vetreria Barberi.
So there you have it. Now, I couldn't find that Riihimäki style vase that I thought might be by Leonard Tynell. And in a way, there is a lesson to be learned from that. So just before I started doing these videos, there was a website with all the Riihimäki catalogues on it. And then the guy that was running it decided to retire from running that website. And they all disappeared. So you go into 20th Century Glass, you go to the link to where it says Riihimäki catalogue, and it's not there anymore. And it breaks my heart, because I quite like some of the stuff. I would like to see more of it. I would like to see, I'm sure there are things that I am seeing that I'm not recognising because I don't have the catalogues. I just have that feeling. It's probably true. So the lesson is, if you get a chance to download catalogues from any of the places where I'm showing you, do it, because that's your chance to learn. And while they're still there, do it. It's a bit like my website. When I go under the bus, at some point it's going to stop being paid for and it's going to vanish forever. That is the nature of the internet. Anyway, with that said, all the contact details for Riverside Antique Centre in Sawbridgeworth will be in the description below. All of the references I use will be in the description below. And please remember to like and subscribe to my channel because it really helps it grow and sends the message out to more people. So thank you for watching and have a good night. Good night.